I hit the homie, the big homie, Jay-Z, right? And I told him to come pull up on me.
I hit the large home slice Jay-Z right, and I advised him to come pull up on me. And he pulled up on me watching him today. Interestingly, anybody would confuse NORE with a podcaster. Yet what novice hip jump fans may not know is that NORE is a laid-out rapper with various hits like this one. Here you recall that implies he comprehends the internal parts and the outs of the music business, including its clouded side. He has likewise collaborated with hundreds on the off chance that not a huge nut. Ember of laid-out rappers, including the late DMX. Are we going to discuss that in a show in the event that you simply residing under the stone, and you don't have the fogest idea who on earth am discussing? We are discussing my companion. Then 50 penny this person has different hit keeps he actually over here in the game halting it in the event that you all don't have the foggiest idea who that voice was. A few seconds ago, we got the unbelievable good 50 penny. In the new past, there's been claim that NORE genuine name, Victor James Santiago, otherwise called Noriega, uncovered some delicate data about how enormous record marks force youthful rappers into undertakings, and he isn't the primary rapper to discuss this extremely delicate issue lately. Rappers like Lil Wayne have additionally been open about the young lies they encountered as youthful craftsmen during a meeting on Power 92.1. Wayne guarantee he was torn at 11. Indeed, even Kevin Entryways likewise confessed to a similar on Mike Tyson's digital broadcast. Both got going as exceptionally youthful craftsmen. Kevin Entryways' sibling, how you doing this will be an alternate kind of interview since for my entire life I realized I was picked New York City's set of experiences of delivering fundamental hip-bound specialists is a distinguished one. It would be neglectful of us to not call, nor a crucial part of that, a result of the school-to-jail pipeline. NORE would ascend to conspicuousness as one portion of the East Coast mafioso couple Capone and Noriega, in a time during which hip jump was at a business tipping point. So when the webcast host and rapper talks individuals listen now, NORE as of late stunned the world after apparently uncovering how record names regarded him as a youthful, impending rapper. In a past meeting, NORE stalled his convictions about the presence of the Illuminati during a meeting with Vlad Television. He talked on hip juice MSV's fixation on the idea, and uncovered that he certainly accepts it's a genuine article in a roundabout way, hinting he might have been a casualty the following day. Punishment records at last, woke up and we endorsed to do so when we marked the arrangement. Would you realize? You get cash, yet you don't get it that day. The rapper then considered whether a particular hip bounce Illuminati exists and proceeded to talk about his own encounters where he was off red opportunities to greater victories, yet he picked his own path, which confined him from acquiring further distinction as his profession went on. Yet throughout recent years, fans have been asking themselves what befell Capone and Noriega. Capone and Noriega, otherwise called CNN, was a hip bounce team framed during the 1990 ES comprising of rappers Capone and Noriega. The gathering acquired prominence with their coarse road verses and crude narrating anyway, in spite of their underlying achievement there. Our vocation took a wild go, prompting a progression of promising and less promising times that at last molded their heritage in the rap business. NORE purportedly affirmed that circumspect requests from a specific bunch of record name chiefs added to the death of the previously well-known rap bunch. The pair's presentation collection, The Conflict Report, leased in 1997, was met with basic recognition and business achievement. It displayed their novel style, mixing bad to the bone verses with striking depictions of road life in Sovereign's New York. The collection's champion tracks, for example, Tony Top of New York and Horrendous Cash, set Capone Noriega's situation as rising stars in the rap game anyway. In the background, Inconvenience was fermenting. Capone, one portion of the couple, was captured on a parole infringement only months after the arrival of The Conflict Report. This mishap constrained Noriega to keep advancing the collection and performing solo, which stressed their organization notwithstanding the difficulties. Capone and Noriega figured out how to deliver their second collection, The Gathering, in 2000, yet it neglected to duplicate the progress of their presentation. The mid-2000s denoted a time of vulnerability for Capone and Noriega. The two individuals sought after performance vocations, with Noriega making moderate progress with his independent collections NORE and God's Number One. In the meantime, Capone confronted legitimate difficulties carrying out a jail punishment for a block. Ingmin charged these singular undertakings further strained the pair's relationship, leaving fans contemplating whether they could at any point rejoin. In 2009, Capone and Noriega shocked fans with their third studio collection, Station 10. Yet again, the venture got blended surveys in, with some commending the team's science and others censoring the absence of attachment. In spite of the tepid gathering, the collection exhibited looks at the crude ability that at first moved Capone and Noriega to progress following the arrival of Station 10. The gathering headed out in a different direction. Noriega kept on delivering solo activities while Capone zeroed in on modifying his life after his delivery from jail. The pair inconsistent coordinate TED efforts and intermittent live exhibitions saved fans confident about an undeniable get-together. Then in 2013, Capone and Noriega delivered their fourth studio collection examples. The undertaking highlighted coordinated efforts with conspicuous craftsmen, for example, Raekwon promoter Rhymes and Misfortune Gaddafi examples got good surveys, with pundits lauding the couple's development the collection's thoughtful tracks. For example, bringing the divine beings back and Shooters Up. Verall displayed a more intelligent side of their music, yet notwithstanding the outcome of examples, Capone Noriega by and by confronted unseen fits of turmoil. In 2015, Noriega reported that the team had formally disbanded because of individual contrasts. This declaration came as a shock to fans who had expected a more long-lasting gathering anyway. Both Capone and Noriega guaranteed their allies that they would keep on seeking after their singular vocations. That is the justification for why I run. Eli's I picked a position when it came time for me to go Hollywood. Soon after their separation, Capone and Noriega have delivered performance projects and worked together with different specialists. Noriega, specifically, has stayed dynamic in the music business, facilitating a famous digital broadcast and proceeding to deliver new music. Capone, then again, has kept a lower profile spotlight, missing on his own life and family. Glancing back at the profession of Capone in Noriega, plainly their process as loaded up with ups and downs, from their earth-shattering presentation to their ensuing battles and possible separation. The team's story is a demonstration of the difficulties looked by craftsmen in the rap business. In spite of the mishaps, their effect on hip bounce can't be denied, as are the words, guidance, and conclusions they give. Nor, to be explicit, well, we've heard this a very sizable amount of as of now, so it implies there is a reality to it. Apparently, music industry contracts are one of the most terrible agreements one can at any point make, as they trap specialists in profoundly manipulative connections, declining to either pay them decently or let them go, or even the endeavor craftsman, as NORE has supposedly expressed by specialists. The standard agreement between the craftsman and the record name is extraordinary to the music business, as the circumstances are considerably more testing than in some other industry, with contracts frequently going on for a lifetime. And since all the significant record names act similar, craftsmen have no other choice than to sign the arrangement with Satan. Consistent with NORE's case, a few performers have denounced the music business during that time, including Moby, who proclaimed significant names ought to simply bite the dust while talking at a music gathering in 2011. Numerous specialists chose to retaliate and documented claims, defaulted on some loans, or even re-recorded their generally delivered collections. The legitimate system is solid in favor of enterprises, further empowering them to hoard the market and take advantage of specialists, and including monstrous streaming stages along with the remaining blend. Just confounds things. On top of that, ladies in the business, particularly dark female specialists, purportedly have a much lower achievement rate with regards to fights in court with significant organizations. In addition to many ladies aren't battling against monetary maltreatment, yet against maltreatment to legitimizing NORE's cases about how unforgiving record marks can be is definitely not an overwhelming errand, as there are a few specialists who have been taken advantage of frightfully by their past or even dynamic record marks. One such craftsman is the unbelievable ruler. Sovereign was quite possibly of the earliest craftsmen who retaliated, which brought fascinating outcomes, particularly in regards to his public picture and media inclusion. His campaign against Warner Brothers began in 1992 and went on until his passing, yet it wasn't completely self-centered during this time. He went to extensive lengths to teach general society, and particularly youthful gifts, on the truth behind the charming picture of the music business, uncovering the influence the names have monetarily as well as through control of. Imaginative demeanor. As per sources near the vocalist, the record name wouldn't permit Ruler to distribute his new music, saying he would oversaturate the market, restricting him to one record each year, so Rain needed to possess his music, which was unthinkable under the commonplace arrangement he marked when he was just 19, keeping him from truly possessing the privileges to his lords. To challenge the name, he changed his name to a unimaginable image in 1993. Yet that didn't work. So the manner I took a gander at it, I possessed the work since I paid for itself, and I accomplished basically everything I made it, so I felt like it ought to have a place with me. He protested the court of public and composed